So back with another video. It is the English Championship prep. So it's our first major championship of the year, well, of the actual formula as well. So it's our first major championship race, because obviously we've got the points still. Speaking about points, we have got a chance of actually clinching the points to the 2025 points championship at Mildenhall. So it's a small chance, but if I can do it, I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, it's the first championship in the micros other than the points major championship, and also it's around Mildenhall where I haven't won ever before. I've got a couple thirds, but I never won there before. So I'm looking forward to getting up there because it's out the hat grid. So first couple laps are really good racing, hopefully. So yeah, looking forward to it, and we'll see you for the English. Well, see you for the prep for the English.
Bonjour. Right. So axle, one big job that is got to replace. Got to tidy up the spare one first, fix the bearings. Yep. Because one of them's knackered, so we've got a spare one, which is good. Then other bits and pieces are corners on the bumpers and the rubbing iron, tidy that up. Getting a tube in the front tyres so he doesn't get a puncture, or to help him not.
I thought you'd done that already, no?
Not on all of them.
Oh, okay.
Usual bolt check, meeting checks, check all the dimensions are correct, check it's not underweight, clean up the carb.
Yeah, that'll be done next week sometime.
Check the jets aren't blocked and stuff. A few more extra checks than normal because it's a championship, I suppose.
Just checking suspension as well. Make sure the shockers aren't gone.
I've cleaned that air filter out already.
Oh yeah. Wipe that off. Check pump belt.
Yeah, it's all covered up. It's going to be a bit difficult.
Uncover it.
Front suspension check. Yeah, because he hit the wall, got the buckled wheel.
Yeah. Literally.
Check everything else is straight.
Take it off. Have a look. Put it back on.
Yeah, a bit of tidy up. Generally, painting, polish the turd, and
it's only got to last till winter.
Nearly there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, not much else to do, is there? I mean, it's a lot, as it is. There's nothing major, apart from the axle.
What's wrong with the bearing that came off then? Is it this one, knackered?
I think it's fallen apart, yeah. See the bearing holder?
Yeah, I can see it's all collapsed.
Yeah, it just fell off when I unbolted it. The other one fell off, but came off with one unit, and that was a good one.
I was worrying that looks quite damaged. I think that axle's been used for something.
Racing.
Hopefully not racing, but it looks like it might have been.
I hear music.
Do you?
Yes. We are going to go through the whole car to make sure everything's still legal, as we do most meetings anyway. We just mentioned about straightening out the axle.
Yeah.
You still filming?
Yeah.
Right, well, you're just looking at my legs.
Get your legs out.
Reason for the change in the axle, you might be able to see on there that it's got a camber. It's obviously hit something and it's bent it out at the top. So it's like that when he came off on the final. Well, hit the wall or hit something. He did hit the wall. Yeah, so we thought rather than bend it straight and have it risk bending again, we're putting the spare one on, which is up there somewhere. As I say, just put the extra strength on for the panhard, and then we can swap it over. We do have a wheel bearing on the inside as well, so we've got a new wheel bearing to put on there. Yeah, we did this on. This was done on Rocket when we got it, and it's a good idea. So we decided to implement it on Slidey.
What is it?
It's just a flat plate strengthening. So you've just got your bolt comes out of here to fit your panhard bar on, but it's just floating. There's no support on the outside, so we just bolted it to the shocker mount, as you hopefully can see. Yeah, so it should give it some lateral strength. Right, let's crack on with changing this axle. Oh, the other thing is, it's got a buckled rear wheel as well. Shit. Right, I've got the mic. Sorry, got the microphone working as well now. Yeah, so I've taken the liberty whilst that battery was charging to take the other drum brake off. I'll just do a side so you can see what I'm doing. Well, the other side was alright. Yeah, we had bangs like that, but this one. There's one, isn't there? So I'm going to weld an M12 nut, I'm going to weld to it. Pick it off that way, the 19mm socket. Moving. Yeah, moving. Try and put it back on. I've only got half an hour, so make a start. only going to do the axle link bars up loosely. So I'll get it on the ground first, and then I'll tighten them up when it's on the ground. Because the bushes, I don't want them tearing. I'm now going to lift the axle to set the bushes. Okay, because this camera here will not record, keeps running out of battery, I just have to carry on. So the axle is on, both wheels are dead upright. I'll show you both sides. Oh god, see if you can see from down here. Yeah. Oh, and there's my little support plate, which I'll get painted up. That isn't the tyre we'll be. Cool. That isn't the tyre we'll be running at Mildenhall. That's because I know that one's not buckled. Because we've had a buckle on the other one as well. So not only was it bent out at the top or in at the bottom, maybe out at the top because, yeah, never mind. Yeah, it was buckled as well. So yeah, that was quite a big job to do that because the spare one wasn't in that good a nick. I've also added the what do you call them? The spring locator tube, the 2-inch tube. I've added that to the bottom of both of these. Stop it moving. I'm going to have to move the one on the right hand side because it is binding a little bit. Not a lot. It wasn't as much as it used to, but I want it to be spot on. If you better hear it. So there you go. So like I say, it's not a lot, but it's enough to make you want to do something about it. So the brakes, obviously, I think you might have seen on the other camera, I had to weld a nut onto one of the brake plate bolts. Got that off eventually. We had a spare anyway. Got one new bearing on the outside, on the left hand side, and then we've got a used one, but it's quite a good used one on the inside, both of which are rolling really well. Yeah, no binding on them either. So yeah, that's the week done. Kev said to have a week off, but I'm glad I did this because I didn't want to be panicking about this in the last week. Next on the list for me is clean out the carburetor. There we go. See ya. So every time we open up the fuel tank, excuse my fingers, every time we open up the fuel tank, dust goes in. and it gets picked up. Not only that, we seem to have a bit of gasket in there as well. Okay. Damn it. So late home from work and forgot to record changing the lower arm. So here we go. New one on, shiny. Ooh, out of focus. Here you go. Nice and done. And then old one, clean, straightened. So we've got a spare. Nice. Right. Boring, wasn't it? See you tomorrow. Good morning. 1 week till Mildenhall. So going through the rules, and something has been brought up by scrutineers in a scrutineer in the past, and we did patch it up. We've got holes in our firewall. Also, we have this great big thing here. Now this was plated, that there, but I've taken it off because I'm going to make it larger and more secure. And then we have another more holes where the cables come in. Obviously you can't do too much about that. I put a disc around it to make it a smaller hole. And there's another hole underneath it, yeah, that's what I've got to do. Push up these holes. They're here. We were going to do it in the winter rebuild. However, obviously, we've had okay to do it in the winter rebuild, and that patch was sufficient. And with the English Championship coming up, we thought, just try and do at least half decent job until we get the engine out and everything else out in the winter. We can actually weld a bit of 1mm steel in there to give it a proper firewall. So we've got some 1.5 alley, which I'm going to bend up and put in there, which is what I'm going to do this morning. Right, so if you are familiar with Clark's videos, we're not entirely sure how much he's looking forward to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little counter down here telling us how many, just want to know how many times he says I'm looking forward to it, because we're just never quite sure if he is or not. now that I've got it in place with the self drillers, tech screws, I'm now going to whip them out and replace them with rivet nuts so we can easily bolt it on and off, because the tech screws do have a tendency to just fall off. Especially in stock car racing anyway, with all the hits we have. Yeah, we'll should do that now. Right, yeah, done. Put it on, painted it, and here you are. So where there's a massive hole there, it's now covered up. Also I've done a small hole at the bottom. You can just about see it there. There we go. Yeah, just put a plate either side, put a bolt through the middle, clamped it. That should do it. The cables, I mean there's a hole for the cables, but it is fairly blocked. Yeah, from the inside. Can't see, I think. Yeah, it's got rid of the biggest hole anyway, and the little hole at the bottom. I think that'll do for that. Turn my attention to something else. I'll just paint the bottom of the car. Not all of it, just down the sills. They're being replaced in the winter as well because they're rusty as hell and falling apart. Basically the car's just going to have to be rebuilt. Which is fine with me, because she's good.
So at Northampton, what happened is, in the final, when I hit the wall really hard, I think something happened. I'm not quite sure what happened because like 5 of us all went into the wall. I got a buckled wheel. I think it was on like it was late on, like 5 laps to go. I think it was, or like 6 laps to go. And I was chasing down Kent and Hampton. This wheel got buckled, so you go down a straight. My steering wheel's very wobbly. So what Dan's doing right now is just put the new wheel on. For Mildenhall for later meetings, because well we're not gonna have that on the car again because down the street is very wobbly. So yeah. You could order his time machine, like what thing he's got next door.
Maybe one day I can get a cheap second-hand one.
Here's a spray tire.
You can pump this up if you want.
Yeah. Right, so what happened is, in the final Northampton, do you think it bent? No.
So I think it's been bent for a while.
Bent for a while. The top, was it cup thingy of the spring, of the top hat, the shock absorber. Yeah, that bent. Yeah, bent. So we need to get that replaced because we couldn't actually get the spring on, really, properly anyway. So
Skewing the top, and then therefore the spring's not sitting properly, pushing it out, and then it's rubbing. Yeah, because the springs aren't designed for these shockers. and now I've got to try and bend it flat.
Lovely. So another thing is, with my goggles, we have these little roll, little roll things. Just so like when shell gets on this bit here, you can use this to tear it off, as in you pull it, and it slides along. So this is a new roll here, and I don't know if you see it, it's very thin in there. There's a lot being used up here, so I'm gonna replace it with this new roll, put it in there, just so if I do run out, I don't have to take my goggles off and drive with no eyes. Or shell my eyes. So put that on now. It's a lot bigger. You can, I don't know if you can see it. Goes from like there to there, and it was like from right there to like you can see that big pole there. And then now you can see a little strip there. That's just me trying to tear off dirty stuff that's made dirty. So that was done. All good. Just have to have shell on my eyes. And yeah. So with a rule in the rule books is, well, rules with the weight is that you need to be over 850 kilograms to keep the formula nice and equal. So we'll have a look now on the scales, see if we are over. And also there's another rule of the car being under 53% on the inside weight. So it can't be over 53% on the inside weight on the car, because then obviously you get more weight on the inside wheel. Hence, you go faster. So we'll have to have a look at it now, and hopefully, or should be, good and clear on both of them. But just a double check before the English, just to make sure I'm not cheating. And yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking really looking forward to it.
It's probably
You are?
Yeah.
Zero it. Right, so 0.
So the total weight you can't be under is 850, and on here you can see we are 860.5, so we're over it by 10 kilos, and we want to give ourselves a little bit of sort of like breathing room, because some scales are different to others. So the left hand weight, or percentage weight, is 47.18, and then
So that means the right is
52.79.
there we go. Maths.
So we're legal, well, on our scales. So yeah, we're under the maximum amount of inside weight and over the amount of total amount of weight over that. So good on both. So that's all the prep done for the English Championship. It's going to be out the hat grid order, so I'm looking forward to it. All the reds are going to have to attack in first lap, because, well, I'm probably moving somewhere at the back, but yeah, it's going to be, everyone's going to be attacking first bend. Hopefully it's good stock car, hard stock car racing. Hopefully a lot goes our way, but I've won quite a lot of stuff lately, so don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We have got, well, we got loads of prep work. We're mainly just rules and taking over. I think it's good, nothing's gonna fail us, like, to DNF. It was in a car, but you know, if I get a puncture, I get a puncture. It's not the end. Well, it's not the end of the world. Let's fight another day. But yeah, yeah, so that's gonna be good stock car racing, I think, because I think it'll be a really good one to watch, especially with the spectators, because it's our first actual weather championship, as in major championship for Formula, other than points. So it's the biggest race ever in the Formula, and hopefully we can get more next year. But we're gonna focus on next week. So yeah, we've done all the prep with the weights and that stuff I showed in the video, and we're gonna load it up and then get to Mildenhall. Hopefully do really well. I don't know, stock car racing, anything can happen, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.